What is going on, you guys? It's your girl Diana, back at you with another YouTube video. Yesterday, episode 3 of Pokémon Horizons aired in Japan, and so far people seem to be really enjoying it and can't wait to see what happens next. So if you're one of those people, I have good news for you, because today we have the episode titles and descriptions of the next 2 episodes of Pokémon Horizons. So let's go ahead and hop into the details. So just to briefly summarize what's gone on in the past 3 episodes, technically the premiere was episodes 1 and 2, and yesterday we got episode 3, but in episodes 1 and 2 we were introduced to Liko and her mysterious pendant, and of course she met Sprigatito, her new starter, and they don't have the easiest of beginnings, with Sprigatito acting a lot like Pikachu did when he first met Ash. We were also introduced to Freed as well as Amicio, which will be our new antagonist, who has a very cool Cerulege. I would also like to make note here that the animations for all the battles are chef's kiss in this episode. They look amazing. And in yesterday's episode, which was titled As Long As I'm With Sprigatito, I'm Sure, Sprigatito actually gets kidnapped by a group of explorers, so Liko decides to go after them in order to rescue her partner. Professor Freed and his crew decide to help her in this task, and the group locate the explorers' hideout. However, when they arrive, Amicio is there waiting for their arrival, sounding very Team Rocket-esque of them. And although all of this kind of seems like recycled tropes, but the way that they've been doing it in the anime makes it feel really like fresh and new, and not just like a copy-paste of what has happened in the anime previously. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I am a fan so far. And another thing that I almost forgot about is that we were introduced to a brand new Pokemon that bears a very striking resemblance to Terapagos, which is our new legendary in the Indigo Disc DLC for the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet games. And apparently this little guy actually turns into Liko's pendant. So we're only 3 episodes in and things are getting spicy. And we haven't even met our second protagonist yet, because Roy has actually not entered the anime as of yet. However, never fear, because literally in next week's episode on April 28th, titled The Adrift Treasure, it looks like we are finally getting introduced to Roy. So the description for episode 28 says, when the Rising Volt Tackler's airship makes an emergency landing on a remote island, the ship's Fuecoco disappears. Liko and Sprigatito land on the island in search of Fuecoco. On the other hand, Roy, a boy who lives on a remote island, witnesses a mysterious Pokemon. There's a lot to unpack in this little tiny description, I feel like. First of all, the Fuecoco goes missing, and we know from the official artwork for the anime that Roy's partner Pokemon is probably a Fuecoco. So this is probably how Roy gets his Fuecoco, considering that Roy doesn't go to the same school as Liko, because clearly he lives on this random island. It looks like he's about to adopt the airship's Fuecoco as his own. And the second thing here that we need to unpack is that he witnesses a mysterious Pokemon. Now this could be one of 2 things. So in the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC, we are getting 2 new Pokemon. We're getting Ogerpon, which is for the first part of the DLC, and we're getting Terapagos. So could they be talking about Ogerpon, since the first part of the DLC does take place on the island of Kitakame? Or is this going to be our introduction to a full-blown Terapagos? Or is this going to be a completely unrelated Pokemon? Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. But we also do have this little screenshot of Roy with his very mysterious Pokeball, which I'm sure he has because of this mysterious Pokemon that he witnesses. So I feel like this is definitely going to be a good episode. So it looks like next week we are not only going to be introduced to Roy, but a mysterious Pokemon as well. But the episode following that is set to air on May 5th and is titled I Found You, Fuecoco. Okay, so it looks like we're not even gonna find Fuecoco in the next episode. We're gonna have to wait until the 5th of May. But the episode description for episode 5 says, in order to meet Fuecoco, Roy has come to the Rising Volt Tackler's airship, but due to a series of bad luck, he's unable to do so. I'm only slightly confused by this description because it says that he's trying to meet Fuecoco, but it also says I found you, Fuecoco, and I thought they were looking for Fuecoco, so I guess I'm gonna have to wait and see what happens in episode 4. So I'm a little confused, I'm not gonna lie. Did we find Fuecoco or did we not? But then it goes on to say, meanwhile, the explorer's submarine approaches the airship. I feel like this is a very vague episode description, but clearly there's gonna be some kind of turmoil happening in this episode. And to top off this episode description, we have this screenshot of Roy wrangling in poor little Fuecoco. So maybe the episode description means that he's trying to like bring Fuecoco back to the airship and he can't get to the airship because of a series of of unfortunate events, because clearly he's wrangling in Fuecoco in this picture, so maybe, I don't know, I'm confused. Let me know what you guys think is gonna happen in this episode in the comments as well. We do also have a couple of other screenshots from this episode as well, with Liko and Spirigatito running away from a bunch of Kanto Pokemon. We also have this one of Roy and Fuecoco offering to help Liko get away from the Kanto Pokemon, I'm assuming, but I don't know, she seems a little calm in this screenshot, so maybe that he's just trying to show her something in the tree, because they're definitely doing some kind of exploring in the tree, so maybe this is after they get away from all of the Pokemon that are chasing them. But there you have it, that is all the information that we have so far on the next 2 episodes of Pokémon Horizons. As always, I would love to hear what your opinions are, so leave a comment down below how you feel about the new anime so far. But that's gonna go ahead and wrap it up for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and if you did, I kindly suggest that you consider subscribing so that I can continue to make content for you guys. And if you are already subscribed and you would like another way to support the channel, feel free to check out the merch store. There is a link down below in the description that takes you to not only my merch store, but also all of my other socials, so you can keep up with what I'm doing on a daily basis. But thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you to those of you who have joined the channel as members. I appreciate you all so much. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.